Welcome back to the Discus Lariat Collective podcast. I'm your host Warren here with Daryl and Glenn today. Today we're doing something slightly different. Daryl came up with an idea about like a fantasy faction, like who you would have in if you can make your own faction, past, present, stuff like that. As long as it has like the set criteria. What I'll do is before we start getting into it, I'll just hand it over to Daryl. He can kind of go through the criteria that we have to select from. And then, we'll get into our factions then. So go ahead there, pal.
Yeah. Grant. So if you have a name picked out, happy days. But it's not a big thing. Yeah. So gonna go through 8. I know I've given you 7 picks, but I have an 8 one put aside that I never told you. I'm gonna just put you on the spot to think. So I'm gonna leave you, let that sit there for a minute. So the first one that we're gonna do is gonna be a megastar. So the likes of your Cenas, your Hogans, your Flair. It's going to be someone along that line that's held multiple belts, blah, blah, blah. Next one is a tag team, an established tag team that you're going to have. Your third one is going to be a monster, the likes of Andre the Giant, Braun Strowman, belongs to that lines. Number 4 is a mid-carder. This is somebody who has not won like the WCW title or the WWF, WWE title. So it's a mid-carder. Basically, if that's what you want to call them. The next one will be a lightweight or a cruiserweight around that kind of weight division. 6 will be a female valet. 7 is going to be your manager. It could be another female if you want. And then number 8 is going to be who is going to be the Joker of the group. We all have that Joker. So who's going to be the Joker that's always going to have people laughing on the camera?
Okay,
that's a good one. I wasn't expecting that as the little kind of surprise entrant, but
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So who's starting?
Who wants? We'll go with Warren and Gary. We've done it. We've been there, so
right.
We've been writing down rules and stuff for certain things. So we'll start off with you.
Right on. So in terms of like the idea of mine, you'll probably get what I'm going with halfway through my list, so I won't kind of give it away yet, but I'll explain it as I go. So in terms of the megastar, I'm gonna go with Ric Flair, just because he's top dog pretty much worldwide, every promotion he's ever been in. So that's me megastar, Ric Flair. Then who did I have? I'm at actually leaving I had a notepad. I'm at leaving it in the other room.
The fucking Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah. Right, so I'll go Ric Flair megastar. I remember me cruiserweight was Finn Balor. Instead of being like, world champ at mid-card, I'll go with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Then me tag team, I'm gonna go with Legion of Doom. Yeah. Road Warriors. Me big man, I'm gonna go with Vader.
Oh.
Yeah.
When getting this kind of team as well.
Yeah. So I've got to go with that. Then what was it? Then it was mid-carder, isn't it? I didn't say mid-carder yet. Yeah, mid-carder.
No.
So mid-carder, I will go with... This was the thing that I kind of struggled with earlier, but fuck it, I know who I'm going with. I'm going to go with Cesaro for mid-carder.
Nice.
Never won world champion.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think he kind of fits that mold with, like, he's going to go down as a legend regardless, you know what I mean, if he wins it or not. So I think he'll fit in there. A female, I'm going to go with Asuka. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what's that then? That's megastar, mid-carder, cruiserweight. That's pretty much everyone now bar the Joker, is it? Oh, manager.
Yeah. We have a manager, yeah.
Yeah. Manager, I'm going to go with Bobby the Brain Heenan. and then for my Joker, I'm gonna go with this was a big toss-up here, right? So sticking with technically Jokers, I suppose you could say, or True TV, the shoe in really there. But I'm gonna go with I'm actually gonna go with Yano Toru from New Japan. He's like a kind of comedy character. And the reason why like my list is like this is because I feel like either they've made names for themselves in Japan, all these lads, or else they could make names for themselves in Japan. You know what I mean? Like the likes of Finn Balor's already been in Japan. I know Ric Flair, I think, main evented that huge big WCW like Tokyo Dome show years ago, against Tatsunu. Was it what's that man's name? Tatsumi Fujinami, I think. The Dragon or whatever his name was before Ricky Steamboat. Then Legion of Doom were huge in Japan for a while. Vader obviously pretty much made
Massive,
a name for himself in Japan, yeah. And then Yano Toru, yeah, he's Japanese guy. Now obviously the likes of say Bobby the Brain Heenan, not associated with Japan, but still. So that's my thing. And then in terms of a name,
He can do what he wants.
he can, yeah. A legend of the game. And then in terms of the name, I was going with Lion's Pride because it's very Japanese. That's what I was going for. So apart from that bastardization or fetish of Japan, that's my theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's class.
Nice.
Thanks very much.
Hope you have a logo made now for that as well.
I can get one. I can make one, yeah.
I might actually have one. I actually think I have one on my phone that I might actually send you.
Oh, do, yeah. See what the crack is with it, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Big dog. Let's have it.
So mine is in a alternate universe, worlds collide type of situation, where you have I'll give you and sorry Elias for the plug. He'll be the first to get absolutely decimated by this faction. But it'll be that WWE stands for World Wrestling Elite. It's where we don't end up with the same AEW that we end up with, but rather the Elite invades WWE, and who, like, all but who do they convince to join up with them, but is the disrespected indie darlings alongside the following this. So Megastar is going to be Omega. Kind of, it's in the name. The tag team is going to be the Young Bucks. Just, fitting the bill so far. Yeah. The monster is going to be Lesnar.
Oh, that's a good show. That's a really good show.
It's basically a stamp, a guarantee. One of them can get one belt, the other one can get the other. They're guaranteed to hold both shows for ransom.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get good with this one. The mid carder who never won it is gonna be a fantastic striker, someone who should be holding the IC belt in the future and all that. Is gonna be Alistair Black.
Yeah, great show.
Our dear cruiserweight is going to be someone who I think would help elevate the cruiserweight division if or when he ever were to take a step over that direction and take it off of Devlin or Escobar, which would be Ricochet.
Oh, nice.
Because he's a dude doing flippy shit. The manager would be a surprise turn from what you think. It's not Paul Heyman as he scrambles to try to get Lesnar back on the side of WWE, but it's someone who knows what it's like to run a competing show, and it's Eric Bischoff.
Oh, nice. So
he's coming in there wanting to upturn the industry on its head. For a female valet, I actually had to go kind of old school with this and say it was going to be Stacy Keibler, just because fits more than valet mantle than it does the wrestler's mantle. Yeah. And I think how stacked this one is, you don't need a too much of a muscly one going in. And the Joker is the only man to make Lesnar laugh on camera against his will, and it's R-Truth. Because who the fuck else is gonna tie that group together and keep them all on the same page?
That's a whopper group, in fairness. Yeah, like, the likes of Lesnar is the monster. So smart. I never even thought of that. And then like the likes of using Alistair Black, Ricochet, these kind of guys that aren't even being used nowadays. So yeah, hell of a team, hell of a faction that. Yeah.
Had like five.
You never said Alistair Black.
I know.
I thought you were going to.
Yeah, I actually was. It was a toss up between him and Cesaro, I won't lie. Cesaro and Sanada from New Japan. They were the three that I was thinking of. But Cesaro pips it for me just because the chap's like well overdue a run now at this stage. And it's that stage now where I don't even want to see him with any other belt bar the World Championship now, because he's put in the hard yards now. Do you know what I mean? But savage team there though. So move on to the. If you
had your group there, and they had to go up against that one guy, the likes of Sting and the NWO. You had Austin and DX or whatever like that, Ministry of Darkness, whatever. Who would your guy be to go up against your faction?
Wait, is he winning or losing?
Either
one.
Yeah. I know who my guy is, just because I'm going to stick with the Japanese team, and I'm going to say Tanahashi Hiroshi Tanahashi, because he's the
Deadly.
John Cena of New Japan, and I think it'd be cool to see like basically all these kind of like the majority of mine are technically, I suppose, heels anyway. So it'd be cool to see him up against like back against the wall kind of job against all these boys and seeing can he become like the stay as the ace of New Japan kind of thing. So you'll go with Tanahashi for mine, yeah.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
The person to take on my faction, I guess it'd have to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, some smarmy little cunt like Omega's coming in and he has the backing of Lesnar. Like, yeah, I mean, Austin was the guy who said, let's put me and Lesnar on pay-per-view and make a lot of money off it. And I still think he was right to the day. And I think that would have been an amazing series of events to transport, you know, so it has to be Stone Cold.
Nice. Now, over to the old quiz master now.
Here we go.
Right. So, the thing I'm going for, the name that I'm going to go for, they're going to be called The Front. So these guys are going to be the front of the business.
Like that.
The front of wrestling. So yeah, they're going to be called The Front. My megastar, I think it has to go down as Hollywood Hogan. The man with the mouth, just big pythons on him. Has to be him. He was rapping on the mic when he was in NWO, so it's well able to cut a promo. My tag team, I'm going to have to go with the Dudleys. I think they'd actually work really well with Hogan.
Yeah.
They'd follow in line. So my monster, who I was really thinking about this. I was actually thinking of Nathan Jones for a while, but then I was like, no, he looked deadly, but he never got at and nothing went further. But I'm going to go with Sid Vicious.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, savage. Holy shit. The ruler of the universe.
Yeah, psychopath. So, my mid-carder that never won the big boy belt. Now, he did for a minute until it was overturned by the ref. Is Owen Hart.
Oh,
savage.
That's a great one. Yeah.
It was really up in the air between him and Andrade.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go with Owen Hart, because like he had so much more potential to go, and I'd say he would have won it. I'm gonna go with Owen Hart for that. My lightweight cruiserweight, I'm gonna go with Pac, because I could see if there's any more kind of tag team matches, if you're to have your monster and your cruiserweight kind of guys tagging together, I think him and Sid Vicious coming down to the ring would have been rapid.
Yeah,
they would have worked deadly together. My female valet is Trish Stratus. I think she's deadly. I think she just kind of works on anybody, and then she's able to handle her stuff in the ring.
Yeah.
Manager, I had Bobby Heenan.
Oh,
you fucking took him. But so, just keep it different. Then, I might just go with Heyman, just because he has that connection with the Dudleys and stuff from ECW. So I might just stick with Heyman then.
Yeah.
And my Joker, Warren Gary, I told you neither one of you would have picked this, and you laugh, and you're going to probably YouTube. Anybody listening, please YouTube. Take about 10 minutes of your life to YouTube this guy and his theme song.
I know it is.
Screaming Norman Smiley.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought you were going to say La Parka for some reason, but my God, Norman Smiley.
Hell.
What a show.
That's a good one. That's a very good
savage
one. Too many features on compilations.
Stop. Absolute gold. Yeah, he does, So his theme song, when he was going down, he was doing this little kind of slap behind someone, and he was slapping their ass and screaming in the back doing segments. My God. He was the 90s R-Truth.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. That's a great show.
That's a good list.
Yeah, that's a savage team.
And the guy to come up against them, I think he'd roast them on the mic. Especially he had that feud with Hogan. And I think he'd tear Sid Vicious. An absolute new one is The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine him going through that lineup as well and just slating each one, like the way we were talking about that Armageddon 2000 promo for the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
that'd be The Rock all over, wouldn't it?
It would, It'd be fucking intense, like.
That's a great list. Yeah, that's a savage faction as well. Like in fairness, like I wasn't expecting that kind. Like I know, obviously, when you're like fantasy book and shit, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put these kind of lads together. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of star power, but sometimes it doesn't seem like it gel well. But all them teams kind of seem to gel well. I feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They do. I was pinning my mid-carder. I was kind of going with, right, you always have that kind of guy that's in the group that's kind of upcoming, likes of Orton that time. he was upcoming. You knew he was going to win the belt. He was kind of that baby face. Is he going to turn? So I was basing that off Owen Hart. He's going to go have that face turn. He's going to turn on Hogan. Owen Hart versus Hogan, takes the belt off him or something like that.
Nice.
That's what I was thinking going down that route.
We should maybe do this once a month where we come up with an entirely new faction like we just did, or a new version of a faction using a template from time gone by, where you're looking at Four Horsemen, you're looking at New World Orders, you're looking at corporation, ministry, you're looking at all these different factions and how they started, but you're now substituting them all for modern stars. Now you could cheat and say, oh yeah, I'll still stick in Jericho because he's still like actively wrestling, say. But you wouldn't be able to use like the actual stars of that time. You have to come up with a new version of it and how they get booked in today's time, depending on which company they work for.
Yeah, that'd be a cool video actually. Yeah, like them kind of. Like,
I think if anybody listening to us, everybody loves a faction. I don't think there's no one that doesn't. And it's so popular back now again after being absent for so long. So yeah, if anybody's listening, if they have any suggestions on if they want to talk more about factions or anything like that, do leave comments and even DM the page or anything like that, just to let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep going forward with stuff.
Yeah, because we were discussing it before we came on as well. If you've listened to this podcast and you're at this point now, or you're watching on YouTube and you've stuck through this video, we were chatting about like a fantasy kind of faction league where everyone makes their own faction like the way we just did, but it'll be current stars, and we'll have like a list that you can kind of choose from and stuff like that, and then you're going to pick a faction. If you're interested in doing it, we're going to be doing that anyway over the next few weeks, and it'll be done like on like the way fantasy football is done. You get a certain amount of points, so a win might get you 2 points, a loss will get you nothing. If a single star wins in a tag team match, you'll get 1 point, stuff like that. Yeah, and then there'll be double points kind of offered, stuff like that. But yeah, we're thinking about rolling that out now over the next week or so. So if you've listened all the way through to this podcast, or you're watching this video here, yeah, let us know if you want to get involved in this kind of fantasy league, like for factions. We think it's a class idea. And then yeah,
I think we might stick with say 10 people, the first 10 that we can get, maybe just to see how it goes. So
absolutely, yeah.
Don't be hanging around. If you want to get in on it, start messaging.
Yeah, because we won't have there's no point in saying like, I'll get 20, 30 people in on it, because realistically it'd be too hard to manage and keep up with all that. But about 10 people, if we can get them in, we'll do a league where everyone picks a faction. You make your own faction. You can keep up with it yourself if you can't or you don't want it. I'll still keep up with it anyway. Like, we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll post the the rankings then,
results
every week. Yeah, the results. So and then every month, then you'll get a GM of the month kind of bragging rights thing, and then if it picks up enough steam, then if it picks up enough steam, we'll do a giveaway, and then whoever wins for the month, or whoever wins for the lead up to say Mania, or just after, or double or nothing even, we'll see, can we throw out a prize or something like that. Yeah. So well, what we'll do is
juicy merch.
We'll call it a day on this video anyway now, just because we don't want to obviously keep this going all night. But so if you're watching this on YouTube, drop a like, drop a comment, let us know what you thought of the video. Let us know what your kind of makeshift faction would be if you were to fancy book a faction from years gone by and stuff. And then let us know, if you want to get involved. If you want to drop a comment, you can let us know on YouTube. If you want to send a message on Instagram, Discus Lariat Collective, or Twitter, the Discus Lariat. And then wherever you get your podcasts anyway, give us a like and a follow, keep up to date with it. But until next time then, we'll talk to you soon.